So guys, today's episode was titled The Prestigious School Interview Spy Family episode number 4. And what an episode it was today. We had several things going on in this episode today, guys, that we should definitely talk about. And it's pretty much just centered around just, the Forgers going out here, going to the school. We see how, how great the school looks and stuff like that. Families coming in to hopefully get their kids into the school, of course, being interviewed by the house masters of this school, and we get a chance to see just a few things that the Forgers do that actually impress one of the house masters in the name of Henry Henderson here, who is actually watching them. They actually stand out more than anybody else. He wasn't impressed by anybody except for them. One of the main reasons is because they are literally go up to the statue of the founder of the statue here and pay respects to the statue. He is like blown away by that, and then we see that Forger and them, they're walking by and this kid is stuck in this spot here. He gets stuck, and of course, Anya is the one that kind of points and says, hey, because she can hear that she's using her telepathic mind. She literally points to just says like, hey, basically talking to Loid, like, hey, we need to save this child. And of course, Loid does this very extravagant thing here. At the same time, Henderson, the housemaster who's watching, he doesn't like the fact that Loid does this, but Loid actually came with a change of clothes, and that really fully definitely gave more and elegant. That's what he kept saying. Like a lot of stuff that they were doing, he found very elegant, right? But one thing that really stood out to him was when this random stampede happened. Now, there were specific things that were placed that the housemaster was overseeing from his staff members, that they were placed to cause specific disruptions and stuff like that per all the families, to have them whether they to kind of see if they will fail or pass these little minor tests. But we see the stampede of animals coming through here, and they just they intervene. Loid, he saved the child in the midst of almost getting hit by this cow here. But then we see Four here, she literally steps in and gives the cow like these karate type stabbings, to where she, with her 2 fingers on both hands, to where she knocks it out. She doesn't kill it, but she knocks it out. And Anya goes over and pets it. But then we get to the main nitty-gritty stuff, and that is the actual interview. Because the housemaster here, he again, like I said, this stood out the most, that it let them actually go and get interviewed by him and his 2 other colleagues, the other 2 housemasters, which are Walter and Murdoch. These other 2 housemasters. And during this interview, it was for Loid here. He expected a lot of the questions that were being asked. So he, of course, he practiced with both his family members here to be able to prep them for the interview. They were asking some specific questions to all of them. How did Loid and his wife meet? How what did Anya think of her 2 new parents and stuff like that. And one of the things that definitely stood out to them was that Anya was paying attention to what they were thinking, specifically, Loid in his mind, and she was actually able to respond in such a way. But one of the things that stood out was the fact that she, when they asked her what was she looking to do here at the school, and Loid mentions talking about getting to know the leader of the school and stuff like that, because he is on mission. And Anya responds with that, with the title of the person in the position. They are housemaster housemaster Henry. He notices that a lot, and he questions Anya a little bit more. But the bum of the crew, this bum here, Murdoch, he actually wants to not pass the Forgers. He's looking to fail them. He feels like it's an injustice that they pass. He even says that, and Anya's picking up on that. But he questions Anya to the point of actually bringing up her mother. And when he does that, Anya gets flustered. She gets fully, like, I want to say definitely sad. Definitely, like, what I definitely will say is just that he makes her cry, and to the point that, you know, because she does this, because she's overwhelmed, and the room sees her response, you know, for she gets up, she comes over to console. And, you know, she's responding in such a way because she's becoming very protective. You know, she doesn't like the fact that that this has occurred to Anya. You know, Murdoch's colleagues don't like the fact that this is going on. And, you know, you can see here in her face that she is literally upset. She's pissed off. She's mad, you know, and Loid, he is changing, guys. That's the thing. Loid is changing. We see him changing each episode. We know that he is a spy. We know that he keeps talking about how he lives on his own, does things by himself. It's just better this way. But he is literally changing, and we see that here specifically, where it literally looks like he's about to hit Murdoch, and he punches down though at the table sitting in front of, in the middle of the room, and he says, "I apologize." You know, he had hurt his hand, it was bloody and stuff. He was saying that there was basically a fly or mosquito, and he needed to kill it. But ultimately, deep down, guys, I believe that he was actually looking to hurt Murdoch there, but he just held back. But in the midst of all of that, he was just like, you know, well, you know, because of how things transpired, I didn't like how things transpired between us, and how you all came at my daughter. We don't deserve, you know, we don't need to belong to such a school with a supposed prestige that is lacking here. And they leave. Of course, Murdoch is upset. Murdoch is actually the son of the founder of the school here too, so he feels like he has a higher he's just above everybody in this, that, and the third. So, you know, once they leave, they go back home. You know, we see here Forger, he's just like, he really just is just down and out. Mind is all discombobulated. But we also see that Anya is blaming herself here towards the end of the episode, you know, crying in Loid's lap here. And, you know, Loid's just like, "It's not your fault." I'm saying to myself during my reaction to the episode, "It's not your fault, Anya." But they eventually come to a mindset of, you know, we're just gonna just let fate have its way. You know, they know for a fact, they recognize that both Walter and Henry, they, out of the three besides Murdoch, they feel like they impressed them enough to possibly get into the school here. And they, you know, they're just like, we're just gonna just leave it to fate. We're gonna celebrate here. We're gonna drink these drinks here. You know, we're going to just continue to be as a family here. We're gonna just look forward to hoping for the best. And once they do that, their portrait here that they actually showed at the beginning of the episode, it fell down to the ground, and they notice it. And, you know, they're just like, why did you know, they're questioning, wondering why their portrait fell to the ground here. It's just really interesting that it does this. And then pretty much the episode ends here. And, you know, what an episode it was today, guys. I really enjoyed today's episode. It was a fun episode, great episode. Again, once again, the Forgers are continuously being such a great family together here. You know, Forger, Yor, Anya, you know, they're doing what needs to be done to impress me and many other viewers, and how great this anime is becoming one of the top animes each and every Saturday. But, you know, with that, guys, that's my review. What did you all think of episode 4 for today for Spy Family? Let's talk about some things in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts. But with that, I will hopefully talk to you all next time with more Spy Family videos. Peace, guys.